the local station. News 4 Jax starts now.
At noon, we are tracking Tropical Storm Emily. Within the last hour, Governor Rick Scott declared a state of emergency for 31 counties. Tropical storm warnings in effect for several counties on Florida's west coast from Lee north to Pinellas. Take you live right now to a marina in Tampa. The rain is coming down. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge that spans Tampa Bay is closed because of high winds. Emily made landfall on Anna Maria Island at 10:45 this morning. That's just north of Sarasota. In Fort Myers, you know, you've got the rain and the winds from Emily impacting the coast there. Tropical storm expected to track across the state over the next 24 hours. Little, if any, impact on us. The weather authorities, Richard Nunn is tracking Emily. Man, this thing this morning just showed it had a mind of its own, Rich.
It absolutely blew up. I mean, you know, we were talking about something that at one point was a 40% chance for a 48-hour window and a 40% chance over a 5-day window. And then it became the tropical depression. From there, just an hour later, we had Tropical Storm Emily. I think we'll continue to track Emily. Now she's a tropical storm. Her impact on our forecast locally and what you can expect here for the work week, Bruce, coming up in 10 minutes. Back to you.
All right, Rich, you can track Tropical Storm Emily on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Weather Authority app by searching WJXT in your app store. Right now, police need your help finding the driver who struck and killed a man in Mayport. It happened on State Road A1A just after 10 last night. Witnesses told police they saw the driver hit the man and simply take off. Channel 4's Ashley Mitchum live in Mayport. Ashley, this area doesn't have any sidewalks.
Bruce, it doesn't. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like now. Of course, it was a much different looking scene last night when this happened at 10 o'clock, but you can see across the road here from this kangaroo station. Ashley Mitchum, Channel 4, the local station.
Ashley, thank you. Covering Nassau County just a few hours ago, a ribbon cutting ceremony led to the renaming of a part of a road to Eric Oliver Way. It's a stretch of road meant to honor Deputy Eric Oliver, who was killed in November of last year. That road will connect State Road 200 to Courtney Isles Way. Channel 4's Crystal Moyer was at the ribbon cutting. Joins us live. Crystal.
Oliver's parents were here, Bruce, and you know they're still very heartbroken over the loss of their son. During the ceremony, Sheriff Bill Leeper said Deputy Eric Oliver died doing what he loved, giving back and protecting the community, and that's why the community came together to honor him by naming this stretch of road in Yulee Eric Oliver Way. Reporting live in Nassau County, Crystal Moyer, the local station.
So thank you. Right now, a JSO officer is recovering. He was involved in a crash on New Kings Road overnight. It happened just south of MLK Parkway around 1 o'clock in the morning. The officer was on his way to a call, had his lights and sirens on when he bumped the center median and crashed into an SUV. The officer's head was cut. He is expected to be okay. The SUV driver and the police officer were both taken to the hospital. Local man cleaning up this morning after a car crashed into the front of his house about 3:30. Witnesses say the car was speeding down Hare Avenue near Arlington Road when the driver blew through a stop sign trying to make a right-hand turn. That driver lost control, jumped a curb, and hit the house. You can see the damage that was left behind. Bricks knocked out, along with a concrete pillar near the front door. The homeowner's pretty positive about all that went down.
I heard a tremendous roar, and something hit my house. I didn't quite know what it was, and there was someone in a car hollering, "Help, help, help." So I got up, you know, look outside, and there was a dude in my car, in the yard, in the car, and he was pretty banged up. And I got up, and before I knew it, we were gonna call the police. Police was already here.
The homeowner says he may have to stay in a hotel for a few days. Following breaking news from Jaguars training camp, one player expected to start on the offense decided abruptly to retire. Cole Pepper's live at the practice fields at Everbank Field with the latest. Cole, what's going on?
Well, Bruce, that player is Brandon Albert. He had been penciled in as the potential starter at left tackle for the Jaguars. At the practice fields at training camp at Everbank Field, Cole Pepper, Channel 4, the local station.
Just into the newsroom, we've learned that 3 former Duval County Public School employees left the district to move to Detroit to work for Dr. Nikolai Vitti. He, of course, is the new superintendent of Detroit Public Schools Community District there. The 3 are Ironetta Wright, Elizabeth Cutrona, and Beth Gonzalez. News4 Jackson made requests to both districts for the salaries of these positions. When we learn new information, we will let you know. Covering Alachua County, Gainesville police arrest one man for attempted murder and another for tampering with evidence. Police say Hugo Paz stopped a man in the back inside Gumby's Pizza on Southwest 34th. According to police, Paz called 911 after the incident. It was located in the parking lot of a neighboring business. Hugo was upset over alleged infidelities with his wife and the victim, who is expected to survive. Paz facing attempted murder charges. The second man, Reginald Hanna, was arrested for tampering with evidence. Police say he told them that he sat a second knife that was used in the stabbing on the bar, but another person took it and threw it over the fence. Jacksonville police are looking for a man wanted on a number of charges. 21-year-old Duwan Williams McCrae faces child neglect, false imprisonment, and criminal mischief charges. If you know where he is, police want to hear from you. You can also call Crime Stoppers 866-845-TIPS. JSO is searching for two people accused of shooting a man Saturday morning. That man told investigators he'd been shot in the parking lot on St. John's Bluff Road, south of Atlantic Boulevard. He is expected to be okay. The man told police he did not know his attackers. Actor and playwright, director Sam Shepard died at the age of 73. He's battled ALS for some time. He apparently died peacefully in his sleep at his home in Kentucky, surrounded by his children and sisters. His film credits include Chicago, Black Hawk Down, The Right Stuff, and Steel Magnolias, among many others. Tension with North Korea, what President Trump told Japan's prime minister about the situation. And a new chief of staff on the job in the White House, how John Kelly is spending his first day on the job.
Local stories from your neighborhood, worth watching every day.
We continue to track Tropical Storm Emily. Take you live right now to one of the many marinas in Tampa. Emily is moving rapidly across central Florida. Richard's back in a few moments with his complete forecast. The West Wing of the White House is under new management. Retired Marine General John Kelly took over the reins as Chief of Staff a few hours ago. He will spend most of his day in cabinet meetings. Kelly comes on board after reported infighting between senior staff. He takes over for Reince Priebus, who resigned late last week. Agreeing on action, the president and Japan's prime minister say more needs to be done following North Korea's latest missile test launch. The two leaders spoke over the phone. The president pledged to, quote, take all necessary measures to protect Japan. Japan and the U.S. are now working together to bolster defense. Analysis of the latest launch showed North Korea is capable of attacking a good majority of the U.S. Venezuelan electoral authorities said more than 8 million people voted to create a constitutional assembly, endowing President Nicolas Maduro's ruling Socialist Party with virtually unlimited powers. The opposition leader urged Venezuelans to protest. Maduro said he would use the assembly's powers to bar opposition candidates from running in gubernatorial elections in December.
Our 5 powerful radar sweeps pinpoint exactly when weather will hit your neighborhood, hours before it happens. Channel 4 is the weather authority.
All right, let's talk about Emily. Virtually, came out of nowhere as a tropical storm, and it's going to travel I-4.
It's going to move right across the theme parks there from I-4, moving from the Bay Area after making landfall at Anna Maria Island. And the whole time that this was happening, I'm a very slow typer. And it seems like I would get the update ready to go out, and then boom, it changed names, or changed from a depression or an invest to a depression, from a depression, and then a tropical storm. In the unsettled pattern into the upcoming weekend. Back to you.
All right, Rich, thank you. Governor Rick Scott will brief us on Tropical Storm Emily and the state's preparations at 2:45 this afternoon from the State Emergency Operations Center. Watch that live on air and on news4jax.com. Channel 4's Eric Avanier is tracking Tropical Storm Emily. He'll have live reports beginning on News4Jax at 5 o'clock. From the state capitol to right here at Jacksonville's airport, he's been meeting, greeting, and taking care of people for decades.
Shoe shine, shine 'em up, shine 'em up.
You may know him as Tony the Shoeshine Guy at the airport, but Tony Knox hopes to be known as Florida's next governor. Coming up tonight, he tells Mary Bear he has a plan to go from running his shoeshine business to running the Sunshine State.
Everybody's shoes I ever shined in my career know me today. I left an imprint in them because I told them my story.
Tony shares his story with everyone who takes a few minutes to sit in his shoeshine chair at Jacksonville's airport, gaining their respect and support. Enough support to be a contender in November?
Do you think any big names will get behind him? You know, I could see that happening, particularly as people just get frustrated sometimes with government and politicians, or just some of the infighting and so forth.
Change Tony says he wants to make in Florida, and what he still needs to do to get his name on the ballot. Watch Tony's run tonight on News4JAX starting at 5. Stargazers have something big to be excited about come August 21st, but NASA has a warning that you need to hear. What you should know if you're planning on watching that solar eclipse. And confrontation at a baseball game. Yeah, that's New Jersey's governor getting in a fan's face. What prompted that?
Channel 4's community calendar is sponsored by Zaxby's. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp will host the Birmingham Barons August 4th through 8th at the baseball grounds. Mosh and the St. Johns River Taxi invite you to experience science and history river tours. Boats leave every Saturday at 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Get tickets at themosh.org. The Kicks for the Kids shoe giveaway will be held August 6th at Carter G. Woodson Elementary School. Doors open at 11 a.m. First come, first served. No registration is required.
We continue to track Tropical Storm Emily. A live look right now in Tampa. Heavy rains there at that marina, keeping an eye on the system that is moving through central Florida, right along the I-4 corridor. Caught on camera, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie gets into a fan's face at a baseball game in Milwaukee. Christie told the man, quote, "You're a big shot." Man admits to heckling the governor and says others in the crowd had been heckling Christie as well. Governor has not commented on the video. A consumer alert from NASA as we draw closer to that August 21st solar eclipse. NASA says there are companies selling fake eclipse sunglasses. It recommends buying glasses from 4 manufacturers. Wearing improper glasses while trying to watch the eclipse could cause you to go blind. And as I mentioned, we continue to track Emily. Richard's back with a final look at your forecast after the break. Taking you live right now to Springfield. A Captain D's restaurant there was robbed. We have a crew on the scene. You can see the police crime tape that is set up right now, and police have created a perimeter at Captain D's not far from the Adel supermarket. I'll have more on News4JAX at 4. All right, Rich, one more look-see at the weather.
Emily continues to spin. She's going to move across the central part of the state here for I-4, and it looks like with the National Hurricane Center track moving over Melbourne before it heads back out to the Atlantic. John and Mark will have the latest tonight starting at 4.
Now, more than ever before, more people get their news from News4JAX, Jacksonville's #1 source for local news.